All right, everyone, Anton here again, and in this video, we are still talking about niche selection, but now we're moving on to talking about your target demographic, okay? What really the goal here is to show you what demographics would make a niche good. In the last video, we talked about pricing and what pricings would make a niche good. Now I want to talk about the demographics that I found to be best for dropshipping and really for e-commerce in general and online sales in general, to be honest. So if you're not familiar with the word demographic, for our case, we're going to go with definition 2 here, and it's a particular sector of a population, okay? So we're looking for a target sector of a population, so a small group in the bigger picture that we should sell to. So sorry for the cheesy clip art here, but it's all I could find. Basically, let's say you're doing business in the States. You know, there's 330 million people. They shouldn't be your market, okay? They shouldn't be everyone out there. You want to find a small subsection of them that you're going to sell to. And in this video, I'm going to explain who are the best buyers, in my opinion, from my experience. So again, right now, maybe you're confused. Well, who is this? You know, like what is a good target demographic? So I will be pretty broad on this because this is really all you need to know. But the reason why we're looking for a specific demographic, I should mention, is because remember the goal here with niche selection. We're trying to find products online to sell that require little effort, right? That's why it's so small here. We're looking for products to sell that require little effort to get big results. And by little effort, I mean things like, getting on the phone and answering a bunch of emails and needing to list thousands of products. We're not looking to do all that. Yes, this is hard work. Yes, we do have to build a business, but we're looking to do as little effort as possible to get as big of results as possible. So let me go over 3 different demographics here, okay? We've got lower income, we've got upper middle class, and then we've got the wealthy. Now, this is true if you're doing business in the States or anywhere in the world, okay? Of course, I know this is very, very broad because when you're talking about demographics, it can get super specific, but being that we're all gonna be selling different types of products, being that I'm involved in lots of different niches, these are the main 3 that I could break it down to that literally apply across any type of product and apply across any type of online business if you wanna make your life easier, okay? We're not going to be selling to lower income households, okay? And cross that off right away. And we're not going to be selling to the wealthy. So who does that leave? Upper middle class, okay? These are the best buyers. And really, it's that simple. And I'll give some reasons, but we want to sell products that always appeal to the upper middle class. And here's a couple reasons, right? One is because they have disposable income, okay? I'm talking about households here that have a combined income of over $100,000 a year. That's what I consider upper middle class, okay? So combined household incomes, it could be a single person, it could be husband and wife, it could be husband and husband, it could be a wife and a wife, but over $100,000 a year, people that have disposable income. So you might be thinking like, okay, Anton, that's great, but the wealthy people also have disposable income. And that's true. But number 2 is huge, okay? If you sell to the upper middle class, based on my 10 years of experience, they require less pre-selling, they complain less, they require less customer service, so back and forth emails, they return less items, and basically overall, the reason I put it in green is because there's less interaction, okay? And I really don't know why this is. The only thing that really, I think would make sense about it is these are the people, the upper middle class people that are most comfortable with spending online, right? They're the most used to it. Making an online purchase isn't like this big ordeal for them. These are people that are used to spending money. They typically do it. They do it themselves. And what I've realized is that when we sell products to the people that have lower incomes, to be honest, when they place an order online, especially for one of the types of products we're going to be selling, which is a more expensive product, it's a big deal. It's a big purchase decision because they don't make as much money and they're putting in a good chunk of their earnings or savings into making this purchase. For that reason alone, it requires more pre-selling. If you're going to sell to them, they ask more questions. And honestly, if someone in a lower income spends $1,000 with you and it's a lot of their money, guess what? If everything's not 100% perfect, they're going to complain, and that leads to the more customer service, and that leads to more returns. So basically, if you're selling to lower income households, you have to be selling less expensive products, and it's going to attach on this extra layer of customer service that as business owners, we get to choose if we want to deal with or not. So I'm telling you right now, it's not worth selling to lower income households. Let someone else do it, because if you're really trying to build a lifestyle business, you don't want to be tied up in all this customer service stuff, right? And with the wealthy, I should say too. One thing that I've noticed selling super high-end products is that they ask a lot of questions before buying, and the return rates, I don't know why, but I've noticed this on very expensive products to wealthy people, the return rates are high. Okay, they expect a very tailored experience, and again, they're just used to getting exactly what they want. So again, the upper middle class is who you want to sell to. These are the people that have disposable income. They require less pre-selling. They complain less. They don't need as much customer service, back and forth emails or phone calls. They return less items, and again, overall, less interaction with them, which for us as business owners is perfect because we're trying to start a business that, again, it's not going to be 100% automated, but we're trying to build something that could be as automated as possible. So let me switch screens here and I'll show you this, right? And this is because I wanted to give you a visual. I'm going to try to do this in all of the modules whenever I can, okay? You have 3 different items here, right? They're all a type of sofa. Here are, estimates of price points. They're pretty close to the ones I could find online, okay? On the left, we have, to be honest, it's a cheap metal futon. It's something like people get for their dorm rooms. $200, right? In the middle, we have an average sofa, nothing too special about it. It's very nice, $1,500. Okay, great. And then all the way to the right, we have a custom-made sofa, with, I don't even know what the style is called. I'm not a design expert. But if you look at that one, it's $7,500, okay? And after watching the last video when I spoke about pricing, you're probably thinking, wow, $7,500? If I could sell that thing and make a 30% margin, wow, that's a good payday right there. I'll do that all day. And I get it. Most people, based on what I told you in the last module, would go for this product. But because of what I'm trying to get through to you now about the demographic, I'm telling you that from my experience, you should go with the product in the middle. Now, no, I'm not saying to sell sofas online. It's like a super saturated niche. But in this example, this is the one I would want to sell. It's $1,500. It's a great price. On the margins you'd be making, you'd be getting a great payday every time you sold one. And most importantly, it appeals to the upper middle class. When you have that futon on the left, and yes, of course, there are exceptions, but overall, the people that are spending $200 online for a futon like that are going to be in lower income brackets. And of course, on the one on the right, if someone's spending $7,500 online for a sofa like this, they've got money. They're very wealthy. So what I'm telling you, between last module in pricing and this module in your target demographic, you want to be somewhere in the sweet spot, right in the middle. Again, my price limits are $200 or more, but you have to combine that with the demographic. And this product right here, something in this range that appeals to the upper middle class, this, in my eyes, is something good. It's something worth continuing to research and continuing to make progress with. And what I want you to do now is go ahead and move on to the next video, because I'm going to keep tacking on more and more criteria to this. And, it's for a reason. It's because there's not just one thing that makes a niche great. There's a lot of them. So I want you to go ahead, move on to the next module, and as always, if you have any questions, just go ahead and post them below this video or jump over to the forum, fastbusinessforum.com, and ask them there, because as always, I am happy to help. Thank you.